Greetings to young learners. In today's revision class, we will revise the very first chapter of First Flight, A Letter to God. This chapter revolves around a character named Lencho. Lencho is the protagonist of the story. Lencho was a farmer who lived on the crest of a low hill with his family. In his family, he had some young children and some elder. Lencho knew his fields intimately. One day he was standing in his field and he was just observing around. He saw the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers, and he understood the earth needed a downpour or at least a shower. The air was fresh and sweet. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. Lencho was very happy when it started raining. Lencho compared raindrops with new coins. He compared the big drops with 10 cents and the smaller ones 5 cents. He was very happy and felt contented. He went out to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. He exclaimed that these big drops are 10 cents and the small drops are 5 cents. He was overjoyous to count his eggs before they hatched. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow and very large hailstones began to fall. These are compared with new silver coins by Lencho. And he said, I hope it passes quickly. But it did not. The field was white as if covered with salt. Not a leaf remained on the trees. When it all stopped, he went out, stood in the middle of the field, and told his sons a plague of locusts would have left more than hailstones. It means the crop was completely destroyed. His entire house sat in grief. Gloom engulfed his entire house and all family members. They knew they would go hungry that year, and only ray of hope was God. All through the night, Lencho thought only of this one hope, the help of God. Because he was instructed, God's eyes see everything, even what is deep in our conscience. That also God's eyes see. With immense faith, he wrote a letter to God. Though he was a farmer, but he knew how to read and write. He picked up pen and started writing letter to God. He wrote, God, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes, because the hailstorm, and he kept on narrating the incident and sharing his grief with Almighty. With immense faith, after writing the letter, he wrote to God on the envelope and put the letter inside. And that time also he was in trouble. He went to town at the post office. He placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. One of the employees, who was a postman, he went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him the letter to God. The postmaster, who was a fat, amiable person, also broke out laughing. Immediately, he turned serious. In order not to shake the writer's, Miss Lencho's faith, he decided to respond to the letter. But he needed more than pen, paper, and a goodwill. That was money to respond to Lencho's letter. He gave a part of his salary. His friends and office employees came forward for this act of charity. The postmaster was able to send 70 pesos. Out of 100, only 70 pesos he could manage with the help of his friends and post office employees. He signed the letter God because he never wanted to shake Lencho's faith in God. Lencho's arrival to the post office. When Lencho arrived to the post office, the postmaster felt contented. The postmaster was very happy. He felt contented after doing such a job of charity. But was he got the right gratitude for that? Lencho's second letter to God. Lencho did not show slightest surprise on seeing the money. His faith said God could not make a mistake in counting money because only 70 pesos he got, not 100. He wrote a letter to God with his angry expressions. He put the letter into the mailbox. The postmaster went to open it. The postmaster thought that a few words of gratitude were written over there, but to his surprise, Lencho called them a bunch of crooks. God of the money. What did he write in the letter? He wrote, God of the money that I asked for. Only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, but do not send me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. So here it's ironical when things turn just opposite what is expected. That is irony. I'm sure you understood the chapter. In case you have doubt, you feel free to ask on personal platform. One link is shared with you. You write answers in a quiz form and see your score. All the best, students. Thank you.